What's up guys, it's me Jeremy. With the removal of the Magus Enchant in the jungle and the addition of Runeglaive, I think it's going to shape up the jungle meta by a decent amount. Let's get started. Just for those who don't know, the old Magus Enchant would give 80 ability power and 20% cooldown reduction, and in this next patch it's going to be removed from the game and replaced with the new Runeglaive Enchant that gives 40 AP, 10% CDR, and 200 mana. It also has a new passive that is similar to Lichbane, where after using an ability, it deals damage on your next auto attack, scaling off of 75% of your base AD and 30% of your AP. However, this passive hits in an AoE around the target, similar to Iceborne Gauntlet, and if you proc this passive on a monster, it restores 6% of your missing mana. And overall, my first impression of the item is that the new enchant is actually really powerful. The AoE passive does a bunch of damage and makes clearing the jungle camps a breeze. And the mana restore passive makes it so that you no longer need blue buff later on in the game, and don't have to constantly back for mana or worry too much about your mana usage. And honestly, I think that this item change is pretty big, and it's going to shape up the meta by a decent amount, since it fixes some of the problems that AP junglers have in the meta. It helps with the mana regen and camp clearing a ton, which was somewhat of a major issue for them, and this new item somewhat paves the way for a bruiser AP jungle style to rise up now, because it helps them succeed in the jungle with the mana regen and wave clear, as well as the fact that it's just a lot stronger than the old AP item in my opinion, since it gives you a lot more sustained damage overall. Champions like Diana and Echo are going to be huge with this item, and they really get a massive buff, as well as we're going to see some other AP bruisers probably start to rise up. The item gives quite a bit of damage, so I wouldn't be too surprised to see some AP junglers become the strongest in the game after this item comes out, for at least in solo queue. However, unfortunately AP champions who cannot play this bruiser role, such as Fiddlesticks, are really going to suffer from this change, since they'll still have the same problem of not fitting team comps very well, and the item tends to be a poor option on them. I would honestly like to see Riot incorporate 2 AP options in the game, similar to how they have the AD option in Warrior and the attack speed option in the Devour enchant. So RIP Fiddlesticks I guess, but it is a worthy sacrifice in my opinion to pave the way for a lot more AP junglers to finally be playable. AP junglers have pretty much always been fairly absent from the meta, with a few exceptions, since they tend to do such a poor job of fitting the role of what a team wants a jungler to do, which is to be a semi-tanky or tanky force that can start fights and jump in on people when needed, and the AP jungler style has always been a little bit squishy and somewhat lacking initiation power, and although this item definitely doesn't fix those problems, it's going to open up a niche team comp style where teams have a top or support initiator, and the bruiser fighter AP jungler can really help snowball the lanes and bring mixed damage to the team composition. And at the same time, AP junglers have always been extremely good in solo queue actually, since they snowball really hard and tend to bring a lot of things that makes a champion great for solo queue, since they tend to be able to hard carry a game completely if they get fed due to the burst damage in their kits. And with this new item, I think we'll see a lot of melee AP champions add some more diversity to the jungle and provide team comps with some more options, since they can now build a composition around an AP jungler to help bring a mixed damage team. And because of that, the meta is going to shift a tiny bit in my opinion, since now AP junglers can actually exist in the game at the competitive level. However, AP junglers tend to not perform that well versus tanks, since burst and AP damage tends to have a hard time killing tanks. So they might not be that great in the tank meta, however they can be great against other bruisers due to their burst damage. So AP junglers will be far from overpowered at the competitive level, but they're definitely going to become fantastic for solo queue now, since they can snowball and hard carry a game just so easily.
Hey guys, it's me Jeremy. Thanks for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, definitely make sure to hit that like button so I can tell, as well as you can check me out on Facebook and Twitter at Gaming Curios. And check me out on Twitch too, I do weekly streams. And if you really enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe, as well as you can check out some of my other content up above. Anyways, that's going to be it. Thank you so much for watching, and of course, I'll see you guys next time.